Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome. I am here to watch Severance, a brand new show. Well, brand new to the channel, of course. This came out back in 2022, I believe. The second season just finished airing like a couple of months ago. And it's a pretty big show. A lot of people are talking about it. I've heard a lot of good things about it, especially when it first aired back in 2022, but really it picked up steam when the second season came out and everybody started talking about it nonstop on social media. And really, that was like the thing that pushed me into putting this on a poll, and it won a poll. So here we are, and I'm super excited because from the very little that I know about the show, I just know that it's set in like an office space. I know some of the cast. I know some of the people who are, the people who created the show in general. Could be a psychological show, maybe. I don't really know what this is actually about. That's it. So yeah, apart from the setting of the show and apart from some of the cast, I don't know much about the show. I don't know if this is going to be like a sci-fi sort of deal or if this is just going to be like a psychological show set in an office. The title of the show itself, Severance, can mean a lot of things, but obviously, severing ties, losing connections, and whatnot. But what I'm hearing a lot, especially from people from my community, is that dark has been brought up a lot as people are recommending me Severance, which leads me to believe or assume that this is going to be a show that requires a lot of, analytical thinking, a lot of details that that we may extrapolate and that we may theorize for perhaps future events and such, which that makes me super excited. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy the reaction. If you do enjoy it, hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more reaction to this, full uncuts and early access and a bunch more available on the Patreon. Links in the description. Or if you just want to watch like the full timer-based version, that is also available in the description below. So without any further ado, let us jump straight into Severance. Whoa. That is a striking first shot for an episode.
Who are you?
Wow. The contrasting use of colors and everything. Beautiful.
Hello?
Oh, she was put in here.
Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
Was she kidnapped?
Hey! Open the door!
Shall we begin with question 1?
The office space is a prison.
What do I get at the end?
Freedom.
Depends on your answers.
Huh.
Who are you?
That's the first question?
First name will do.
Oh, she doesn't know.
I don't...
Oh!
It's okay. Which U.S. state or territory were you born?
Wait,
Which state or territory, please?
I don't know.
Unknown.
What the okay!
What is Mr. Egan's favorite breakfast?
Mr. Egan's.
That one makes no sense.
What is or was the color of your mother's eyes?
Oh, she was mind wiped. Mr. Egan's probably like her husband. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, the eerie music as well.
What the hell did you do to me?
Severed her connection.
That's a perfect score.
Okay. That's a great first opening scene, man. Whoa. Was this before he was giving the interview or after? Oh, look at the cinematography. Or I guess just the symmetry in general. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you ready for Mr. Scout?
Mr. Scout. Oh no. This oh, look at this shot again. This music is great. Love the piano. The strings in the back. Oh, look at this shot. That shot specifically gave me a sense of there's something missing. Like there's supposed to be somebody there on the left, but there isn't.
Mr. Scout? Hey, Judd.
The descent into hell. Oh, oh. The immediate change in tone. Oh my god, yeah, he just got mind wiped as well as he was going down the elevator. That was the thing, right? He was unsure when he was looking at the tissues. He was like, why do I have this tissue? So he just threw it away, even though he was just crying like a few minutes ago. Holy, okay. Oh, I'm locked in. But what is it actually about, right? Dude, these long hallways of just pure white. Mwah. This is beautiful. Beautiful cinematography. Beautiful presentation. Beautiful music. Beautiful first impression as well. Ah. Oh, look at this. Very retro. Oh my.
You're breathing shitty.
Mark
Sorry.
S.
Sick? PD better not be out for the day because I'm about 0
Lumon.
seconds from wrapping the Tumwater file and he needs to process it.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner?
Hey.
No PD?
We think he's sick.
Oh, no. And Dylan's about to
Oh, the
wrap
photo there
Tumwater
right in the
today.
Yeah,
center.
if he doesn't see me finish, I might get passed over for a
Photo
final
and
quarter and miss
time.
out on my goddamn waffle party.
Good morning, macro data refinement.
Hi, Mr. Milchek.
Mark, could I have a word?
Mark.
Mark, come in. Shut the thing.
Have a seat.
The board will be joining us remotely today.
Again, the lack of a presence there says a lot. Actually, we'll talk about it. We'll talk a lot during the discussion.
I mean, I've subbed for PD before, so it shouldn't be that big a
PD
thing.
is no longer with this company.
I'm sorry, Mark. You guys are one of my favorite office friendships.
Yeah, PD's the one with. Okay, there's 4 tables, right? One of them is missing. It's PD's.
Oh, a handshake is available upon request.
Thank you. May I have a handshake?
What? It's so unnatural.
Don't be sad.
I'm fine. We'll be fine.
A lot of use of negative space.
I'm supposed to start with just the input survey? Isn't that a little weird?
Standard. Just start at 1A and continue by line based on her answers.
Ah, okay.
Images, good.
Okay.
I just love seeing you all come in like this. Go on ahead when you're ready.
Incredible performances from all of them so far. There's a lot of eeriness to it because a lot of this feels unnatural.
Who are you?
You skipped the preamble.
Love that expression from him.
Hi there, you on the table. I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey?
He's so awkward. I love it. Interesting. Mr. Egan is actually part of the, part of the papers. So Egan's not really... Egan's just a name.
Hey!
She's going to break in.
Let me out!
No, she's not.
Should I help?
You should not.
So this is not expected behavior?
I think I know where a disconnect is coming from.
What?
Our disconnect.
Am I livestock?
Whoa.
I'm
that's-
sorry?
Like, did you grow me as food and that's why I have no memories?
Straight to the point.
I
mean,
don't know. I don't know you.
No,
Yeah.
you're not livestock. Good lord. Helly. Your name is Helly. Helly R.
Is that her real name? Is Mark even your real name? It's Mark Scout, right? Or is Scout and Mark... It's Mark S. Okay.
The good news is, you're at an orientation.
Dude, he's so unnatural reading a script. I love it.
You have been hired to a position on the severed floor of Lumen Industries.
The severed floor.
I understand you're confused about the severance procedure.
He said the thing.
To start, imagine yourself as a seesaw.
No.
Can we just take a beat, please?
I mean, he's trying to present himself as non-hostile as possible. But in order to do that, you gotta drop the reading the script act, boy. Like, dude.
Okay, my name's Mark,
There we go.
and so a few years back, I woke up on this table.
Hmm.
That voice's name was Petey, and he became my best friend.
Hmm. Okay.
I understand you don't feel it's working out for you here at Lumen. While disappointed, I'd hate to keep you somewhere you're not happy. So let's get you out of here.
The severed floor. How many people are in the severed floor, though?
You're not coming with me?
I'm not allowed to see.
Excuse me?
Whoa.
Well, once you leave, I just can't watch you leave.
Hmm. Watching somebody leave could, yeah, in a way, like implant the idea that you can also leave, a desire to leave, which is something that you're not supposed to have. You know what I mean? What was that was written? Threshold restricted. The fuck? Oh, dude, what a shot! I want to know how they edit that. Oh. What the fuck?
Am I dead?
No.
That's
This
good.
isn't like hell or something?
Valid question. No. I did mention that we are descending to hell.
You left, but you came back.
I did not.
You did.
What? Is she like... Is her mind like manipulated to the point where she does not have free will? I don't think Helly and Mark are their actual names. Like, we know Mark is named Scout. Like, everybody refers to him as Scout. But everybody refers to him as Mark here.
For the incompetence or the disobedience?
Well,
Yeah! You know my mother was an atheist.
Okay.
Used to say that there was good news and bad news about hell. Hell is just the product of a morbid human imagination. Whatever humans can imagine, they can usually create.
Yeah. The fuck? Oh, this was her past life, isn't it? Or at least the memory that...
2 hours before it will be shown to me.
Yeah, okay.
I give consent for my perceptual chronologies to be surgically split, separating my memories between my work life and my personal life.
Whoa!
My access to my memories will be spatially dictated,
Spatially dictated. Okay.
nor retain work memories upon my ascent.
Okay. And everybody here has undergone this experience as well.
That's a wrap.
As we know, right? That has been established. That explains why she immediately goes back into the severed floor when she was trying to escape. Because in her mind, there is no memory of her leaving.
Do you have a family?
You'll never know.
Oh.
Well, every time you find yourself here, it's because you chose to come back.
How terrifying.
Hello.
That's a bit creepy from John Turturro. I love how a lot of the people here are very socially awkward. Okay. Shift's over. You go back up. Memories come back. Or, well, personalities has split, I guess is a better term to say. Scout's gonna be like, wait a minute, what happened here? You know? Why did I have an injury? Oh, what a shot! That's beautiful. Oh.
Claws carrying boxes of wheelchairs slipped on an overhead projector slide and sustained a minor.
Well, I mean, that's not what really happened. Okay.
Sorry.
Maybe keep your eyes on the icy road.
Why does she have flowers? Oh no. Oh wow. Look at this place. This is real. Is that like an actual office? Like an actual real office that they repurposed to shoot the show? Oh wow. Interesting. We got to see his actual life. We still don't know why he was crying at the beginning. Interesting. The aquarium there. Two fishes, red and, well, orange and blue.
No, I know, Mrs. Selvig. It's just, it was in my space again. Yeah, well, trash comes tomorrow night. Tonight's recycling.
Who's the neighbor?
You remember that time when we were kids and I was just generally a way better sibling than you?
Oh, must have slipped my mind.
Ah.
Also, I know we're nearing the anniversary, so I just thought maybe you'd want to be around people.
Anniversary? So they're siblings based on their dynamic and the brief dialogue that they had. Okay. Anniversary of...
You know, what a lot of people overlook, I think, is that life is not food.
Anniversary of... Dead wife?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, no one would have called it World War I because World War II hadn't happened yet.
Wow.
Of course.
This is a terrible conversation. No, I mean, it's great, but
late wife Gemma was
I would not want to be here.
Russian literature.
Oh, I love literature.
I thought Lumen was more on the tech side of things.
They began in the 1800s.
Really?
Topical salves, right? What don't they make?
What does Lumon make?
So you know all the dirty secrets.
Okay.
Severance procedure.
Oh, that's a thing that they know?
That's something, isn't it?
Oh, it's just a... Okay. It's not a secret then.
It's me. I do the job.
I just don't grasp the visceral element. What does it feel like?
I mean, he doesn't know. How would he know?
But, Mark, I stand behind you without reservation.
Okay. I'm also like taking back like what I said about the naming convention thing. Obviously, Mark is his name then.
Well,
oh my god, look at this shot.
your child is innocent of tonight's atrocities.
Hey, how's the good doctor therapy man with that weird little mustache?
With the weird mustache. Irving? Irv?
She would have been too. I know she would have been.
She would. Okay.
I just feel like forgetting about her for 8 hours a day isn't the same thing as healing.
Okay. Dead wife.
I think people really enjoyed you tonight, Mark.
Good.
All right, baby.
Everybody is kind of awkward, regardless of where they are. What? Wait, who? Hello? 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 Whomst? Okay. Oh, you see it right there in the distance. The building, I mean.
So, recycling was last night, Mrs. Selvig.
Pips, bar and grill. Excuse me.
Oh!
Hang up. Quickly.
I'm wondering if Mrs. Selvig... I wonder if Mrs. Selvig is also somebody who's working at the 7th floor.
The voice is different here.
Oh!
Worse.
So he retained his memory.
Petey. My name's Petey. I'm from work.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. That's Petey. Okay.
Okay, well, severance is pretty permanent.
Yeah. Bypassing the implant wasn't easy. I had help.
From who?
So, what, you were unhappy at work, and instead of lodging a complaint, you...
No. I tried that first. So did you.
So did you.
What, think they're after you or something?
Yeah. That's usually the case. Yeah.
They being Grainer. Who's probably out here right now.
Grainer?
I see.
Which one was Grainer again? Some of the names outside of, like, the main 4 in the Office space, I don't remember.
I'd prefer it be by a friend.
So, we're friends?
The
I'm
closest.
your best friend.
Yeah.
We used to wonder what kind of men we were on the outside. What choices we had made, and why.
Who's that?
I used to think it would take a monster to put someone in a place like that office.
Right.
But we're not monsters, Mark. Not real ones.
So you want to believe.
Go alone, and you'll find the beginning of a very long answer.
Half Loop Road.
Mrs. Selvig.
Oh, will you color me embarrassed
Wait.
for the mix-up with the big
No.
boss?
No, it's no problem.
That's not his boss, isn't it?
You know my mother was a Catholic. She used to say it takes the saints
It is.
8 hours to
Holy
collect a
shit.
sleeping child.
Dude, the difference between, I guess, their personalities.
You're good people.
That's insane. This is insane. I love this leitmotif. It's very haunting. I love it. The score has been incredible. Ben Stiller, Dan Erickson. No. I saw that change in her in her expression there. She knows. She knows. Ah. Oh boy. Okay. Gonna let the end credits play out. I saw Christopher Walken's name there. We haven't seen him in this episode, I believe. Theodore Shapiro, composer. Dude, I love that. I love the notes on this theme. It hits the perfect stride of mystery and eeriness. Beautiful first episode. Beautiful. Okay. Severance. Season 1, episode 1. What a first episode. Before we get into the meat of things, before we get into all of the narrative discussions here, which we will, we will. There's a lot to talk about here. first and foremost, let's just talk briefly about like the overall, I guess, presentation of the show, the production of this. This first episode is beautiful. It's beautifully well shot. The cinematography is fantastic. It's beautiful. The acting, the performances of our cast of characters are incredible. I think they've done a pretty good job at, I guess, differing, right? The workplace characters and the outside characters and how they interact and how they I guess behave in general, especially with our main character here with Mark, right, with Scout. And then there's the music as well, dude. That theme, the leitmotif, every time those piano notes hit, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it already. And then of course, like just the overall, I guess, the visual storytelling of it all. These, again, like I've already talked about, like how great the cinematography is, but of course, there's some of these shot compositions and the way some of these are narratively positioned to tell a certain story, right? From the negative spaces that they use, to even, I guess, the architecture of the office itself. The full on white walls, the blindingness of it all. It definitely feels like oh man. I mean, there's a lot that you can actually talk about just from the design, the visual design of the office space itself, the severed floor. I mean, is it hell? I mean, I joked about it for a bit, but then they kind of hammered it down as well. So you can aptly say that it's, to a degree, a form of hell. One that is filled with light and emptiness, purity to a degree, right? It's this false sense of purity of, yeah, everything is white, everything is pure. It's everything that we are doing here is pure, and it's also boring in the sense that there is no color, there's no life in the severed floor, right? It's all empty. There's not a lot of characters in the severed floor. The only characters that we've seen are the ones that are in our own office, I guess, cubicle space, and that's only like 4 characters. There's like 4 characters. There's the security guard, I believe, and then there's Mrs. Selvig, which we will get to. But yeah, other than that, it's like that's it. That's like the only characters there. I'm sure there's gonna be more people, right? Other departments in the severed floor, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems very empty, right? And that itself already that presents itself as this this narrative motif of, yeah, these people here in the severed floor, they are lonely. They have no one to talk to. In fact, you could even say that the people in the severed floor, they don't really exist to a degree, right? If you think about it, like they don't really exist, because once they're out of there, that's it, they're gone, right? Everybody else outside of the severed floor, they exist. They know who they are as a person, as a human being. They know that they exist. They know who they are. But the people on the severed floor, that's it. They only exist there. Schrodinger's severed floor. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Story wise, and I guess character wise, yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. In fact, before we even jump straight into the character stuff, let's actually talk about Lumen in general, because that itself, as we were already talking about, like the design and of like the separate floor and everything. Lumen itself, right? What are they actually doing? Because from the bits of dialogue that we have gathered in the first episode, we can infer that they are in some form of biological or technological creation, right? They're in the field of biotechnology, more or less. Even the characters don't know for sure in this episode, right? When we were talking with Mark's sister's, I guess, family, right? And the thing that surprised me was that everybody knows about this. The Severed program. This is a thing that everybody knows. That is not a mystery to people, right? When they were when this idea was first introduced in this episode, right? I thought, oh, okay, is this like a secret that the company is trying to hide from the public and whatnot? But no, that's not the case at all. People know about this, which kind of makes it even more fucked up if you think about it. Like, everybody knows that there is this program that makes you that wipes your memory or splits your personality just for this specific thing that is absolutely not shady at all. What is happening? What is going on? And that immediately puts into suspicion of the entire town in general. Now I'm suspicious of the town. That is especially after the whole Mrs. Selvig reveal, because that is sus. We'll talk about her in a bit. But like, yeah, what are they actually doing, and what is the job, right? What are they actually doing there in the severed floor? Immediate guesses would be that they are there to make sure company secrets are not being let loose to the public. Lumen is doing some shady thing. That's like the typical formula of, okay, evil corporation doing evil corporation things, and we are in the secret floor where nobody even knows what they are actually doing there outside of work. We are here to hide things. We are here to hide files and hide company secrets. What is it? It's a mystery. It's a mystery box that I cannot wait to be opened. Like, there's a lot to unpack here. It's so good. This review is gonna get a bit messy and all over the place. I apologize, but it is what it is. But yeah, Lumen as a company, as a corporation, really interesting. It's like, so I'm so intrigued. I'm so intrigued in what they are doing, and I'm so intrigued on what the Severed Floor program actually is, right? Because we don't know much. We know as far as the characters know in this first episode. They'll probably explain more in this, as the series progresses. But yeah, let's talk about the characters. Let's talk about Mark first. First character that we met, I guess, outside of the cold open. He was crying in the car. Okay, he was crying in the car. We don't know why exactly he was crying in the car, right? We do know, as the episode progresses, once we go back to the outside world, that it is near the anniversary of his wife's death. That is what I am getting at this moment. They're not explicitly saying it, but if you read between the lines, I think it's pretty obvious what it is, right? Mark has lost a loved one. He is grieving, but I am wondering, is he actually grieving about his wife in the opening of the episode, or is he crying about something else? I don't know. But let's just assume that he is actually grieving about his dead wife. That, or he actually hates his job. That is also a possibility. He hates his job. He's crying in the parking lot before he gets into the office to get his mind wiped. Pretty reasonable. So yeah, anything can go. But Mark himself as a character, right? It's funny because when later on, when Petey met him again in the outside world, Petey mentioned that, oh, you sound different. I don't really get the difference, at least not yet. Because Mark always presents himself on the Severed floor and on the outside as sort of this awkward person. I guess maybe even more awkward to a degree in the outside world, I guess, but you know, I need to see more, but I'll believe it. What I am very curious about, as we are going to be progressing towards, as we progress this story, is how far until these two split personalities become one. And when I mean become one, I'm not saying that he's going to retain both memories. No. What I'm saying is, when will the Mark in the office slowly develop personality traits that are from his outside self, and whether his outside self personality is going to develop traits of his inside self, if that makes sense. To blur, to further blur out who or what Mark Scout truly is as a being, as a person. Because Mark in the office itself, very by the books, someone who follows orders to a degree, until he decided to not follow the rule book and just speak as a normal person, which is a good scene. That was a good moment. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot for his character to fully develop. But a lot of the seeds are being planted. This is a mystery, of course, so he needs to uncover the I guess the underlying secret, while also trying to balance that out between the person that knows that there is something going on the outside, and the person who doesn't really know what is actually going on the inside. Like, how is that gonna work? Like, can the person on the outside or on the inside, whoever, vice versa, right? Can one tell the other what to do? That is a thing that I am questioning right now. Can you tell your other self what's going on? Because as far as I know, right, as far as this episode has shown me, the only time when the outside Mark was given information on what quote unquote happened on the inside was by Lumen themselves, right? They gave him the letter immediately, right, in front of the car, in his car, right? They told him, hey, this is what happened. And we as an audience know that is not what happened, right? They are changing the truths, So I wonder if, yeah, that's probably not allowed, is it? Like communicating with ourselves from the outside. I don't think that's really allowed now that I'm thinking about it. Which I hope they explore that. I hope they explore that. That would be interesting to know. Because that is a major loophole, right? So yeah, I don't think there has to be some security measures here. But yeah, we'll talk about Mark as we progress further into, I guess, the show. But thus far, I am very intrigued with Mark as a character. His wife, though, well, I want to talk about his wife, the dead wife, supposedly. Okay, supposedly. I would not be surprised if his wife is not actually dead. I would not be surprised at all. Again, just because their minds are altered on the inside does not mean that their minds are not altered on the outside as well. The reason why I'm saying this is because we see Mrs. Selvig. It's Selvig, right? Not Helvig. Is it Selvig or Helvig? Hold on. Selvig, yeah. The only reason why I'm saying this is because we saw Mrs. Selvig at the end of the episode, right? The old neighbor who doesn't know how to take the trash out or whatever, who's actually his boss of Lumen, not the boss of Lumen, but like the boss of like the severed floor. Yeah, she knows. She knows. I fully believe that she knows she retains her memories. Why? Because her expression changed. She knows. Why else would they show that? Why else would they show that at the end of the episode? They are inferring to us, the audience, that she knows. She has this fake smile on her, and then she's just like, you know, like, she knows. I think she's putting up an act. I think she's putting up an act as this dumb grandma neighbor so that she can, you know, look out of her, of her subordinates. I don't think this is just a severed floor situation. I think this is a whole town situation. If the whole town knows about the severed floor program and they're like completely fine with it, they're like, yeah, sure. It's a, it's a thing that exists. Yeah, no, we're not gonna complain about it. We have thoughts, but we're not gonna boycott it or do anything. The government's not gonna do anything about this. You know what I mean? Like, is this not is this ethical to them? I mean, the government is pretty evil. But you know what I mean? Something's not right here. Something's not right in this town. It's not just the floor, it's the town. And if the boss is there in the town and she knows and she retains her memories, who's to say that they can also not manipulate the people in the town as well? Who's to say that the wife is not dead? You know what I mean? I mean, again, like, speculation, but I would not be surprised if the wife is actually alive and well and is actually, I would not be surprised if either Mark's outside self was also mind manipulated to the point where they made him believe that his wife is dead. The wife could also just be in the severed floor as an eternal, like, worker that never leaves. Like, anything can happen. Yeah. This is it's such a good it's such a good premise to build upon, because there's so much that they are already setting up in this episode, which kind of makes this first episode, again, like, I already mentioned how beautiful this first episode is, but it's also to the degree of how much they are setting up for the future, right? And it doesn't really matter if what I'm thinking is right or wrong, right? What matters is that the show is making me think of these things. It's engaging me in a way that I find to be that I find to be, well, if I say engaging, that's kind of reductive of me to say. It's engaging me in a way that is both fun and it's engaging me in a way that is making it feel like I am a part of the story as well. It's making me feel like I am also Mark trying to decipher the mystery of the show, the mystery of this world, of the severed floor, of this town, which I guess at this point I understand why some people mentioned dark when they were recommending me Severance. This is totally up my alley, by the way. This first episode immediately sets an incredible tone, and it tells you exactly what kind of show this is. And what I mean, going off a bit of a tangent here, but what I mean is that sometimes when I'm watching a show, personally speaking, when I'm watching a show, right, usually there's like two kinds of shows in my eyes. There's the kind of show that tells you exactly what it is, and I as an audience can sit back, relax, and let the story tell me what it is. And that's perfectly fine. That's cool. That's great. Because sometimes it's like you just strapping on for the ride. That's basically it, right? And it can be thrilling, it can be fun. But there are also shows where, like this, where it's more of a puzzle, right? It's more of a show that is asking not just the characters question, but it's actually asking us, the audience, questions, right? And it's making this level of engagement that that keeps you immersed in the world, but it also makes you feel like you are a part of the world itself, right? And that's fun. That's my kind of show. I love this already. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great, and apologies that the discussions are gonna be long. It's gonna be long. This is a long form discussion kind of show. It's gonna be full on yap sessions every now and again. But yeah, let's move on from Mark and his grievances and Mrs. Selvig. Helly. Helly is a character that we first met in the cold open. We don't know much about her. We only the only parts of, I guess. Okay. Another thing that I'm also very curious about this show, because I thought the show is going to be almost entirely set in an office space. Again, like, I don't know much about the show going in, apart from like the setting mainly being an office space. But I was under the impression that this is going to be a mainly set in an office, in an office building, so not just like a single floor or whatever, but like the entire building. That was like my initial, I guess, perception of the show. But now that I know what the show actually is, and the difference in perspective between like the inside of the office and the outside world, now I'm also very curious, and I really want to see like how these other characters that we have met, like, who are they on the outside world, right? It's something that Petey talked about towards the end, like, who are we as people, right? The office selves asking these questions, right? Like, who are we? Who are we really? And not just Helly in general, I guess, applies to everyone, but I really do want to know, like, who these characters are. Like, are they all good people? Are they bad people? Like, in fact, another question that should be asked is, why did they sign up in the first place, right? Who are these characters? Are these all broken people? Are these all people with their lives destroyed, and they feel like their only way of salvation is to jump into this program where they can just escape reality? You know, you know what I mean? Like, okay, Mark's wife died. He grieves. What does he do? Applies to a program where you don't even have to remember any of the outside world, where you can live in your escaped reality, where you don't have to worry about anything going on the outside, where you can just shut yourself in. What was the reason for Helly? What was the reason for Irving? What was the reason for Dylan? What was the reason for Petey? And are their reasonings natural, or are they manufactured? And that's where we tie back into the whole my whole theory spiel of the town actually also being, the town conspiracy. This is not a normal town. One of them knows about the severed floor entirely, and it's the boss. This is not a normal town. I do not trust this town. Maybe I have trust issues already, but like, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe that this town is innocent. It's not. Something fishy is going on here, and it is extended outside of the Lumen headquarters. I just don't know what it is yet. But yeah. Petey got out, though, so what's the deal there? So let's talk about Petey just for a little bit here. He escaped. We don't know how he escaped. We don't know how his memories are retained. We don't know how that happened. That is also a mystery that we will eventually know, right? I don't have any theories in regards to like how it can actually happen, because now we're dealing into pseudoscience territory. But what does Petey know that he's not telling us? I mean, obviously, there's probably like a lot of factors in which Petey cannot tell Mark directly, like, Mark, we're destroying, we're doing evil shit. Like he can't really do that. Let's be honest here. He can't really say that. But it's also like the danger of him actually saying that. Like he mentions a name I don't remember, but he mentions someone Gardner. But he mentions like someone who might be searching for him, who might be looking for him, So his life is in danger. The fact that he escaped and retained his memory, which is something that should not happen. Yeah. I think Petey's gonna die. I think Petey's gonna die. Yeah. But he did leave the breadcrumbs, right? He did tell Mark, hey, if you want to know the truth, go here. And what a name, right? What the name of the place itself on the hang on, let me go. It was like Loophole Road or something. .499 Half Loop Road. Now, it could just be a coincidence that is called Half Loop. But when you put in half loops in this type of show, my mind is racing. What do you mean? It's just the name of it's just the name of a road. It's just a name of a road. There's no significance to that. It's just the name of a road. It's just a name of a road. But what if it is? What if it is? Could you imagine if we introduced time travel? No. But a loop in general, or like a half loop, it's break the cycle, right? We're breaking the cycle. It's not a complete loop. It's a half loop. So a broken cycle, right? The cycle of going back and forth between two personalities, between your outside world, between your outside self and your inside self. The constant loop of I don't want to go back there, and then you're back there anyways. Something that was presented by Helly herself throughout that scene, which, by the way, great. What a fantastic scene. The shot when she, I don't know how they did that. It's a fantastic camera trick. Either they use CGI or they use clever editing, but I just love when she sees one thing, opens the door, and then immediately the background changes. I was like, I wonder how they're gonna do it. And then suddenly it happened. And I was like, oh, that was trippy. Beautiful shot. But I love the way they were presenting that, because in her mind, in her perspective, because it was a POV shot. It was a POV shot. I thought it was very well deliberate that they are using a POV shot, because we are seeing it from her perspective, and that from her perspective, from her inside office severed perspective, she just walked out and then walked back in again, because that is the only memory that she retained of the inside, right? She does not retain the memory of what happened on the outside. Hence why there is, when we showed it, when we broke out of her perspective and we are just seeing Mark, it took a few seconds for her to come back, which is not how long that she perceived, right? So I guess in a way, in a way, you could say that time feels different for the inside personalities, right? Because for them, they just exist in the office, and they only exist in the office, right? They're in purgatory to a degree. There's no escape. They're just there. It's always going to be the same time because it is, right? Yeah. What else do I want to say? Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna end the review there. There's, I mean, look, there's a lot to unpack here. And there's going to be more to unpack as the series progress and as we know more about the show and as we know more about the characters and whatnot. But yeah, beautiful first episode, a fantastic premiere. Cinematography is fantastic. The performances are great. The music's great. The mystery is addictive. It is addictive. I am hooked. I want to know more about this world, this severed floor, what it is Lumen is actually working on. And I guess really how all of this is gonna play out. Because we can obviously see friendships being broken here, you know. Like especially in the four main characters in the office space thus far, Irving, Dylan, Mark, and Helly. I feel like Mark and Helly can work together because Helly, I don't think Helly wants to be here. I think Helly is having some major reconsiderations. But yeah, I can totally see Mark and Helly working together. I can see maybe Dylan and Irving, maybe they want to stay in the office, like they want to stay true to the company, and we can have a clash of ideals and of perspectives here. Like it's gonna be hard to explain and to convince these people if we do know the truth eventually, like, hey, this is what we're doing, and like they're not gonna immediately believe it, and they're probably gonna rat us out, and that's gonna cause friction. Like that could happen. In fact, that's bound to happen. But yeah, what a great first episode. I'm really enjoying this a lot. Yeah, I cannot wait for more. This is gonna be a fantastic show to react to. It's a perfect reaction show, actually, now that I think about it, at least for me. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for the people who voted and to make sure that Severance won the poll, because this has been fantastic. I cannot appreciate you guys enough. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you do enjoy my reaction review, hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more, early access is on the Patreon. And I will see you all next time for our next episode of Severance. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Peace.